Today's episode is our first episode, and I just want to walk you through the equipment that you might want to acquire to make bread. You don't need a lot of fancy things. A lot of the things that I'm going to show you today I've accumulated over 15 years, and you can start with this right here. Just a big commercial size spatula from down at the restaurant supply and a nice big bowl. And that's pretty much all you're going to need to make your own bread at home. You can use a bread pan. They call them a bread form. This one's a little bit longer. I use it when I make sandwich bread for the kids. If you want to make a different sort of loaf, like a round loaf, you can proof your bread in one of these wicker proofing pans, or you can just grab any old bowl out of the counter and put some nonstick on it and use that instead. I make my round loaves in one of these 10-inch Dutch ovens. I have two of them, and I can fit them just fine in my little 24-inch wall oven over there. These are great if you want to make those artisan-style loaves with the kind of the crispy crust on them, because they hold the steam inside. You're cooking it hot, like 450 degrees, and it holds the steam inside, and it gives you a nice round form, even if the dough is kind of wet and soggy. I have an old KitchenAid I bought off of eBay, and it just needed a new speed control. It's like a $50 mixer. I use it quite a bit. The kids use it for making cookies. I use it. I run this guy here. It's called a mock mill grinder. It actually has little stone burrs inside. I can grind hard red winter wheat to make the wheat flour, and it's nice for making pizza dough. I don't really make a lot of bread using the electric mixer, but it's nice to have around, and I probably use it every day for something or the other in the kitchen. I get this yeast. How much is that? Oh, that's a pound. I buy it by the pound. It's about $5 or $6 a pound. If you buy those little packets in the supermarket, it's going to make you crazy because they're really expensive and really little. So just get a pound of this. You can buy it at a restaurant supply or Amazon or wherever. I bake with a sourdough starter. We'll have another episode on that. I buy flour 50 pounds at a time and store it downstairs. And then for the kitchen storage, I just use one of these guys here. It looks like an 8-quart food storage container from the restaurant supply, and a little scoop. Dough divider, restaurant supply. You need this for splitting your loaves up. Dough hook for your KitchenAid. Pizza peel. Gotta have that. Sometimes if I'm making a lot of dough, I use this big horse of a mixer. It's a Bosch Universal Plus 800 watt. It's good for the big heavy doughs. You'll find that the gears on the KitchenAid will strip out if you start beating on it too much. So this is a nice mixer. It costs an arm and a leg, but it's nice because you can also power accessories off of this. I use this for my food processor, which is great for making things like nut butters and such like. I think that's everything. Did I miss anything? But again, you want to make bread at home, you need this right here, and you need something to bake it in. Just get some old loaf pan. I bought these used off eBay. I got a couple of them. That's really all you need. So if you want to get started, this is what you need. Don't be intimidated by all this other junk that I've accumulated over 15 years of baking bread. You don't need all that. You need this, you need this, you need this here, you need this here, maybe you'll need this here, or you can just make a yeast bread and everything's fine with that. That's it. Next episode, we're going to talk a little bit about starter, and then the next episode after that, we're going to bake some bread. Bye-bye.